Potential has broken more hearts than failure ever could. Because failure is honest. But potential, that makes promises that may never be kept. Let's get into this, man. Peace, fellas. What's going on, fellas? And welcome to Next Round. I'm Anthony. Thanks a lot for rocking with me. Yo, I want to first say I apologize that how I sound right now. I know I sound a little hoarse, or I just sound like my voice is barely there. It is. Was doing a lot of cheering and yelling and all that stuff. You know how it is. NBA Finals is over. The Knicks has won. Congratulations, New York, and a hell of a series that was. But yeah, I did all that. And I know some of y'all were like, yo, Ant, I thought you said you don't be cheering for teams. And never said I don't cheer for a team. I just said what I don't do. I don't argue with people for teams no more. And I really don't watch the NBA like that, like I used to, because it was kind of boring. It's been boring for a little while, but for the past 2 seasons, the finals has actually been fun to watch, and kudos to the NBA, and finally it's worth watching again. But I'm not going to be going into binge watching like I used to back in the days. But anyway, fellas, I want to talk to you about the cost of chasing potential. The cost of chasing potential. And man, a lot of us have gone there where we see a fine honey and, you know, we step to her and we get her Instagram, which is so weird. People still do that. Or they go, or some of y'all who man enough to just do it like, yo, shorty, let me get your number. There it is. Get a number and everything. And what we do and why we go after these type of women, because we first think of potential. Oh man, she's fine. That's the first thing that gets us. She looks fine. I don't care what any man say. He may say, nah, I just only go to her because she was reading a book nice and her hair was done up. We look for something in a woman. That's who we are. We are visual beings. Any man tell you he's not, he is lying. We are visual beings, all right? So we go towards that woman, we ask for a number and so forth, and then we start vibing with her. And as time progresses, you start thinking, I think this could be something here. I think we got something here. We're looking for things that we have in common with that lady. We're looking for something, if she's funny, if she makes us laugh, or we like how she laughs, just certain little things. Or some of y'all like, oh man, she just got that voice, man. I've been around guys like that, with like a woman's voice can turn them on and get them going, and like I'm just attracted to her because of her voice. Now, here's the thing, guys, that we have to be very, very careful with. And I have some of my notes sitting here. So if you see me looking down low, my notes, I got to make sure I got to you, all right? So the number one thing that a lot of guys deal with, they fall in love with who she could become. That's what a lot of guys do. They will go ahead and fall in love with that woman of who she can become. And they ignore who she actually is today. So because you saying, yo, look, she can be this, or she can be this incredible, she will probably make an incredible girl, or she could be someone I could see myself long term with, but you're ignoring what she is today. What she is today, she's nagging for every little thing. What she is today, she is tearing you down for little stuff that you're doing. Oh, you doing your little podcast thing, you're doing your little artwork, you're doing your little music stuff, you're missing it. Now, another thing that a lot of you guys are doing today, you are just going by her looks, which is fine, I get it. But you're ignoring who she is at the moment. Who this woman is at the moment, she does not have a conversation with you. She doesn't even ask you how your day is. You're asking her all the questions while she's barely talking to you. So as time progresses, you're just at the point where now when you get with her and you decide to make this a relationship or you get real serious, then you're like, oh my God, this feels like torture. Because you ignored who she actually is today. You got that person you paint in your mind. Don't worry, women do the exact same thing. They got a dude, that's why you look at someone and you be like, what you doing with this clown? Why you still with him? But the thing is that she is looking at who he could become, potential. Now, another thing that guys, that as many of you guys are doing out there, men become saviors instead of partners. Yeah, because guys, that's who we are. A lot of us, we're the ones we're the protectors. We want to make sure everybody's good. We look out for those who we care about and whatever have you. But there's a difference between looking out for someone and then being their savior. And you know what happens, guys? When you try to be the savior and instead of the partner, you spend years trying to rescue someone who doesn't want saving. I'm telling you that again. You spend years trying to rescue someone who does not want saving. Not need, they don't want to be saved. And you got someone who tell you, I don't need saving. Listen, you're looking at a man who once did that. I once was with a shorty and I was doing my best to save her. I was doing my best to help her out because I saw a lot of things wrong. And I'm doing all these things just to try to help her. However, she did everything in any way that she could to push back, and she succeeded. So here's what I say to you. A lot of you are becoming saviors instead of partners. You are not there to save no woman. You're her partner. You can help somewhere, but when you get into the space where you're doing all of the helping, you're now a savior. Another thing, a lot of men waste time for change. You waste time for waiting for change. You just waste all that time like, all right, yo, it's gonna get there. And here's the thing. Why you're saying it's going to get there, that's been months ago. Months become years, years become regret. Say that for you again. Months become years and years become regret because you're sitting there hoping and praying that, yes, she's going to change. Hopefully that she's now going to respect me. Hopefully that she's going to get to the point where we'll now have a conversation. Let me help you out. Gentlemen, let me help you out. If you're with a woman and she does not respect you, do not wait. There is no change. If she does not respect you from the jump, it is time to go. Again, I've been there. You cannot be with someone because they look fine and that's it. Or they got a nice body. That's it. But if she has no respect for you from the jump, you got to go. And as I said, I was that person. I did all these things. I was the one who fell in love with who she could become, but totally ignoring what she was at the moment. And then I became a savior. I was moving like a savior. And while moving like a savior, I'm waiting for change. There was no change until she let me know I am who I am. Been there. And so I'm trying to get you to this space where you don't get to the point where, as I said, months become years, years become regret. And then you sit back, say, damn, I wasted 4 years being with this chick. I wasted 3 years being with this chick. 2 years. Some of y'all could be up with it. You wasted 10, 12, 15 years because you were married to them. Wasted time. You regret it. You wish you didn't do it. And it's even worse when you say, man, well, I even had kids with them. But it happens. It happens. So before we even get to that place where a lot of you are going to marry someone and have years of regret, let's work on this now. Number one, date reality. Date your reality. As I said, you want to deal with the person you're dealing with today. Don't date their promises. Don't date about intentions and all that stuff. No, date reality. Your intentions, I want to see if we can have a long-term relationship thing. My intentions, I want us to be married. But no. You got to be in reality at the moment. Is this someone that you can really have a long-term relationship with? Is this someone that you can really see yourself being your wife in the future? If the answer is no, I'm going to help you. You need to date reality, not the potential. Next up, stop auditioning for the role of rescuer. I brought up to you earlier that we as men, we tend to become saviors at times because who we are at our core, we like to fix stuff. We like to be the one like, all right, yo, shorty's coming to you crying. Oh, I don't know. You know how ladies are, man. They can make the smallest thing and turn into something. They can obliviate it into something crazy. And then you're like, that's it? Oh, there you go. It's done. And you know, they got some of those ladies out there who say, oh, well, ladies, act like you're the damsel in distress. He's going to fix it for you. Yeah. You're going to know the difference. Don't worry. Trust me. You're going to figure out where she's just faking the help and where she really needs the help. But yes, you want to stop auditioning the role as a rescuer. She's calling you when she only needs help with her bills. She's calling when she only needs help with her car. You're the fix-it guy. And so here's the thing. People change when they choose to. So you auditioning for the role of rescuer is not going to work, because here's the best way I could put it to you. That's like someone who constantly screaming, help, help, get me out the water. And then you go there, you get them out the water, and then you watch them go right back to the cliff and jump off again because they love the thrill. So stop auditioning for the role of rescuer. Next up, evaluate patterns, not words. One thing I've learned over time, I never listen to a woman's words. I watch her actions. Watch a woman's actions, not her words. She can say whatever she wants to say. The Bible even talks about it, that a woman's words are mellifluous. It's like honey. It's honey to our ears. We love it. But the one thing that's going to happen, she's going to keep saying whatever she wants to say. And while you're just sitting there, well, she did say that she's going to do this. She did say she's going to change. She did promise me that. Sounds familiar? All this I said to you earlier. But the actions are not showing anything. Behavior tells the truth. Behavior tells the truth. So if she's busy saying that she's going to switch up, if she's telling you that, hey, look, you know what? I'm going to make sure I communicate with you more. Listen, don't argue. Watch the actions. And I want this to be clear, guys, because this is not something that I want you to believe this is a part of the war, the gender war between men and women. No, this is not that. What I want you to understand is that a lot of you out there are getting caught up in just what she could be and not looking at what she is at the moment. And you know what? I can't fault you, because this is what we were designed in a way like that. We were taught this. And so we believe, like, yeah, just like you would see, well, don't worry about how she looks right now. Just look at just look at the inside of who she is. That's what we were told, right? But it's different with guys. Women are told, no, how does he look? Because why? They're going to be walking down the street with you. They're going to be putting you in front of their friends. So of course they're going to look at how you look, same way how you do. So fellas, here's what I want you to understand. Potential is not a destination. It is not. It's a possibility. Potential is a possibility. So build your future on what is and not what might be. Potential is just only a possibility. Build your future on what is and not what might be. Because I promise you, what might be is just making promises that may never get kept. So I need you to stop chasing potential and start chasing reality. Go for reality, not potential. Because the more you keep chasing potential, the more you're going to keep getting heartbroken. The more you keep chasing potential, the more you're going to keep getting played. The more you keep chasing potential, the more you're going to get this rage towards women. And then you're going to join certain subgroups, and then they're going to tell you right at this moment, you're going to be so angry. So now your mind is just basically fertile for just to be vitriolic rhetoric that you're going to just keep running over. And every day when you watch the same content, it's just going to be watered. And then you're going to go out there hating women. Don't want that. So guys, I just need you to be careful with chasing potential. Fellas, thanks a lot for rocking with me. Once again, I do apologize for the hoarse voice. I know it's a lot, but some of y'all, if you made it this far, thanks you so much. But as always, whether you win or lose, please always know there's always the next round. I'm Anthony. I'll check you on the next one, y'all. I'm out.